Serena, that's at Mitzi Tsitsi. What qualities do you value in showmanship or think make up a really great, memorable live show? You were my favorite, by the way.
Aw.
Heart.
Aw. Serena. Um, the main thing that it's I'm still learning about this, but the thing that makes a show feel really special is usually just the feeling that there's something about it that signifies that it's actually happening, like that there's some moment of connection sort of between you and the audience, that where you acknowledge one another, and that what's happening is not just something where someone pressed play and then it'll just play and then it's over. And those are always the things that you remember out of shows, even great big shows. You know, like even if you go to like some big arena show or something, it's like always the moment where they mention that they're in your town.
Yeah.
You know, that you. And I think that you go to a show partly because you want to see reality suspended, but at the same time you also want to see that it's very real. So as a performer, you're always trying, what you'd want to strive for is being able to do both of those things, that you're sort of conjuring this sort of imaginary world, but at the same time acknowledging that it's also really happening.
Yeah.
So some nights you feel like you can do it, some nights you can't. A lot of it depends on the audience. Because if the audience is willing to go there with you, then you can do it. If they don't want to, you've got a huge struggle. It's why opening is so hard.
Yeah.
Because the audience almost never wants to give you that permission to have those moments or create those moments when you're an opening band. They want to save that for the headline.
The headliner, yeah.
And so it's part of why I'd rather play a headlining show to 50 people, than to open for 1,000, or scale that however you want. Well, like I've told this story lots of times just because it was so weird. But when we opened for Coldplay on those 4 shows back in 2008, which was one of the most surreal experiences of my life. And when we went out there, the last show we played in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand, and we went out, and first the lights are out, and then you walk onto the stage, and of course because the lights go out, because something happened in this big arena show, the audience goes crazy, like, and so you get to bathe in 15 seconds of Coldplay's applause while you're walking out to your position, and the lights come up on you, and they go,
oh no.
Which freaked me out the previous 3 shows, but in that show I was at least had enough of the fuck-ups that I was like, I leaned to the mic and said, "Hello, Las Vegas," and they went,
You had to control them.
That it worked. It was like it was like I'd been put behind the wheel of like a space shuttle or something. I cannot fly this thing. Like, and I can see how much effort they were going to try to be able. They were, how hard they were working to try to be able to fly it. Like I working at that level, God, I just can't even imagine. You'd have to learn a really different skill set to be able to do it well.
Yeah. And
it wouldn't come all at once. Even people who are really super good at it now are acknowledged that way. Like U2, for instance, which you see early videos of U2 trying to play for large audiences and stuff. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like they do not know what they're doing. They don't know how to do it. Bono's like just trying to do everything in the world, and only 20-30% of it is working. And a robot from the city told me how to survive without heat in a winter apartment.
I like how they tried to reach me first, though.
They
somehow.
Some robot calls everybody in the city at 5:30.
But it tells us to wear hats.
Told you to wear hats and gloves and not to light open fires in the middle of the apartment or a charcoal grill. But so U2, if there's this famous photograph of Bono at the Live Aid concert that they did, where he's like dancing with a fan in the. Have you ever seen this photo?
I don't know if I have.
I was a little kid when this happened. It was in the early 80s.
But I probably have seen
the big Live Aid.
Yeah.
Big
No,
Live
I remember.
Aid concerts.
Yeah.
And U2 played a show. It was in the day at I guess they were at Wembley or something. And during the song "Bad," Bono goes down into the sort of like off the stage down into the audience and starts dancing with a fan. But he kind of tries to. you know, the picture looks super iconic, and it really helped them, like helped their image a lot, because you know it established them as this band that had this connection. And the thing is, when you watch it on video, it's painful. It just looks so dumb. Like like it takes forever. The band's just standing up on stage vamping forever on that one little chord while Bono's just gone. You can't see him.
Oh.
And when the camera gets around to where you can see him, there's like 6 or 7 women trying to dance with him, you know, and it's really awkward. And strange, and like, you know, he finally dances with one. It just like the whole thing doesn't work, you know. But it worked great because the still photograph came out of it, and that's what everybody remembers. But it's, you know, so much of it is about, you know, some things can be captured, I think, by photographs or recordings, but there's some things that just kind of can't be captured about live shows too.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are ones that are just great and you can't really even explain why they were.
Yeah.
There's just like an energy in the room.
It just feels, yeah.
You should never try to listen to recordings of or watch videos of those shows that were like really precious to you, where it was great, because you'll find out everything that was wrong with them, and you don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Just have the memory.
It won't help. The memory's better, I promise you. You know, the best thing to do is to watch shows that you didn't feel like went so well, because often you'll find out they actually were fine.
That's how I feel about that recording of the Snow Leopard in DC, where I messed up. Like the only time I messed up on that song.
You messed up?
I messed up so badly on that song.
I've messed up that song before. I forget what I am in that song sometimes.
But that's the only recording online of me playing that song.
I didn't play it very much.
No.
Didn't give many chances.
Well, because I was like,
Yeah,
I don't want to play that
'cause
song
you
anymore.
Screwed it up and that was it. And I was like, we're not playing that song anymore.
But I've heard it since because that's the recording that's online,
Oh,
and
right.
and I think like, oh, it wasn't so like I recovered from that. Okay.
You did.
Yeah.
But when you make a real goof on the stage, boy, you just like it's all you think about, like the whole show.
The whole show.
It's like all you remember is the moment where you screwed up.
Yeah.
There was a show that was here at the Bowery. We were opening for Shoo Shoo, and it was like the first time we had just signed a Matador, and it was like we were so excited. It was sold out, and I got up there to play, and my guitar we had these like clip lights that were like just shining up on us from the ground. It's like you buy at Home Depot or something.
Yeah,
This
like
was
the
aluminum
silver,
things.
yeah.
So they're real bright.
Mm-hmm.
But we just had them turn off all the lights, and we just used those. And in the first song, I broke a string, which of course is just like a real buzzkill because it takes forever to. And that's why people have guitar techs, so that doesn't happen. And then I think like Kim's bass broke, and Thor actually put his beater through the kick drum.
Oh no.
And then we were playing the song White Waves, and there's a bit where you have to look down and have that little guitar riff by itself. And I looked down, because it goes fairly far up the neck, and I looked down, and like on that guitar there are no dots here, or on the fretboard. It's just blank.
Oh.
And there's this light shining up at me like this, so it's just the guitar is black, and I can't see where, you know, I just can't see my hand at all.
Yeah.
And so I just had to go, and wasn't even close, you know. and you could just feel the energy kind of sag in the room a little bit when that happens. And I just wanted to go and crawl under a rock and die at the end of that show. It was like and it was the first time the Matador people had seen us perform. You know, it's like everything about it was, you know, it was like that Kinks song, "All My Friends Were There."
Yeah.
You know.
Oh no.
Not just my friends, but their best friends too. Sorry, I'm cold.
Sorry. Yeah. It all turned out okay.
Yeah, it turned out. And if we had done it right, we would have gotten so famous. So famous.
So that
Could have
one
been so
show.
famous.
That one show.
Man, if we could have opened for Coldplay with the Jet Plane and Oxbow band, man, we would have fucking slayed. But that's, you know, we were young and we didn't know what we were doing, and there's nobody to tell you how to do it.
It's all right. There's still the future.
I met Chris Martin again years later at a coffee shop in New York, and he pretended to remember who I was. He was very nice.
Aw.